Hello and welcome back to Citizen Sleeper 2, and where we left off, we did not do well in our attempts to try and complete a mission thing. So we didn't quite do what we needed to. We basically what happened. Let me break it down for you. We let the ship explode when we shouldn't have. But in that, we also discovered that Juni, who was along with us and is part of the crew, was actually there because she wanted to learn more about the stuff that we're scrapping, rather than just scrap it, because we don't really understand how it all works. We're just scrapping stuff. So it makes sense, and she wants to win us over by helping us. So instead of providing the data core, we're going to steal the stuff from what's his name? It begins with a K, I think. Karsten? Is it Karsten? Yeah, Karsten's supply. We're going to steal the stuff from Karsten with the help of Juni. But we also have... to steal the feed lines, you'll need to get into Karsten's security systems and plan out an angle of attack. Oh, damn, so we have to do this. I thought it was here. Oh, no, it's here. We can sell raw scrap. So let's see how much we get for selling one raw scrap that we got on the mission that we did. 16 cryo. Not terrible. We have money. So, what we need to do is Juni's unit. We need to do this. And Karsten's supply. We can't do any of them because we didn't get a date core and we don't have 400 units. So, what have we got? Oh, it's not looking good, is it? Let's go for it. Let's do the negatives. Let's hope that it doesn't go too badly. Neutral. Nice. That wasn't too bad, actually. We got one from it. We're just going to keep doing them. We're going to use all of our dice on this one. Another neutral. Wow. If we don't get neutral now, if we get a negative, what the heck? 2 1s, and we would... But actually, it looks like we're doing all right. 50% positive, 50% neutral. Smash through it. We got all neutrals, which is a bit crazy. 100% positive, which means I think we'll get 2. Amazing. So we finished that. And now we have some more story. Let me just prepare myself. The sounds of fists on keyboards wakes you from the scrolling code on the terminal screen. You turn and see Juni, a rare half smile on her face as she floats cross-legged with her deck in her lap. The blue light of the snap-on screen makes her eyes glint with the glittering excitement. Got him. She shoots you a look. Karsten's. Whole system is mine. You push away from your terminal and glide over to her screen. Running the mapping protocol now. I want to know about every little dusty corner of his network. Nice work, I'm going to say. Hold on. We aren't there yet. It's coming up now. Seems Karsten's is pretty paranoid. His whole system is iced over with some serious security. She frowns. All these layers of... A red pulse flashes across her face, changing her features as it does. Shit. Her fingers dance across the keyboard. Something is close to closing the port. We need... Another red flash and her screen goes blank. Juni's fists hit the keyboard again harder. We've been kicked out. She is rapidly shaking her head. There's no way a salvager's shop should have that kind of countermeasures. She looks troubled. Maybe you peeked in the wrong corner? She looks over to you. It seems so. I think our friend Karsten is involved in some nasty stuff. She rubs her forehead in thought. Wait, Her fingers fly across the keyboard, her screen flickering with commands. Complex node graph assembles on the screen, a mess of interlocking connections. The mapping protocol did enough. She points at the screen. All the security systems are there. She indicates with a dark section of broken connections. We didn't get what's here, but it seems like we found some kind of archive. Nothing we want. I wonder what's there. Juni shrugs. Some big data trawl, it looks like. Copies of old drives he found. Could just be a load of data left from salvage jobs that he thinks are worth something. She smiles. He's a meathead with no eye for data. So there's probably a load of debug logs he thinks are Solheim secrets. She giggles at the idea. Juni puts a thumb drive out of her many pockets and slots it into the deck. Time to train my cat. We've got interface identified a program 50% positive, 50% neutral. Let's go for that, right? That seems like a good idea. A neutral check passed. You watch the code spilling across the screen and notice the addresses from the node map being marked and logged. Appears to be some kind of exploratory program. A Ripper worm, maybe? Perhaps? But why would Juni want the data from Carsten's network? You glance at Juni and you notice she's watching you carefully. I can see you following along, but trust me, you haven't seen one of these before. It's a Katzenjammer, cat for short. Basically, it takes a network map, finds the weaknesses, and when you hook it up, blasts the network with so much network noise and raw data that it becomes unusable. She smiles to herself. Any tech connected gets a killer headache. I built it to take the remnants of Solheim security systems out of commission on old derelicts. She squints. I had one too many close calls. What will you do to Carsten's shop? Pretty much fry anything on our map. Cameras, shutter controls, alarms. It'll be pure chaos. She plucks the thumbnail drive out from her deck and hands it over. The cat head sticker on it catching the light as you turn it in your fingers. We've still lost access, of course. Juni turns back to her screen, bringing up another node map. But there's an old Solheim port from the original facility just outside Carsten's. Slot the cat in there, and you should be able to find a back door. What were we going for? Nothing. But she looks away. This isn't going to be quiet. She squints. This whole system is going to get data blasted. It's not a subtle hack. When you slot the cat, you get in, you grab the feed lines, and run. Sounds like one hell of a risk. Seraphine's voice catches you both by surprise as he slips into the dark and empty unit. Well, Juni pauses and looks between the two of you. It's our best option. Seraphine narrows his eyes. And where will you be while we run the gauntlet of scrambled security and make the grab? Juni looks away. I can monitor how it goes down remotely from here or the ship. Seraphine gives you a look. You can tell he's finding it hard to trust Juni after everything. I think I'm going to trust her. I'm going to trust her. She smiles a thin smile. Thanks. She starts to pack up her deck. But I'll find somewhere else to work from. Close to the ship, but out of your way. Juni shoulders her bag and glides to the door. When you're ready, slot the cat in and go. By the time you're back to the ship, I'll be there. She glances down. Don't leave without me. She shoots Seraphine another look and then slips out of the unit. Seraphine watches her go and turns to you. The whole of Hexport is going to hear about this. He shakes his head. We better be ready to go the moment you slot that thing. I'll be ready. Seraphine nods silently. I'll be at the ship, preparing the engines. We need to be ready to fit these lines as fast as we possibly can. He meets your eye. Be careful. Don't stop for anyone or anything. He puts a hand on your shoulder. Don't even think about looking back. And with that, he slips out of the unit, leaving you alone to consider what comes next. You might have noticed I have stopped doing the Juni voice. It's because I A, can't remember it, and B, think it might be quite high pitch, and there ain't no way I'm doing that right now. So, sorry about that, but it's just how it's got to be. Now, we don't have any dice. We do have money, though. So, if we fill up on fuel, how much fuel do we have? 2 out of 5, so 15 for that. Fill up on supplies, 45 for that. We've still got 100. So we're full on supplies, full on fuel, got 100 and the cat. So we're going to go have a rest, or end the cycle even, so we can get new dice. Hoping that doesn't mean that we've gone too far ahead. No, we're fine. It hasn't gone... The red circle has not progressed too much. And then we're going to do... I mean, is there anything we need to do? Because once we've done this, we're done. We can't... There's nowhere else we can go. Is there another contract we can do? Nothing. Okay. Good. That's... I like to not leave stuff done. Half done, you know? The warehouse? We'll do some work for some money, but I don't really want to do that. We've got some money at least. There you go. We're now full energy, and I think we're good to go. Oh, here we go. We've not done well before with stuff that's happening, so I'm just hoping that it doesn't go too badly. Okay, so it's done. Oh, we need to continue. Carson's place is locked up for the cycle. Shutters down, alarm on, and the denizens of Factory Row snaking past with deliveries and work orders. You hold your position opposite the shop. Take a deep breath. Wait for a sign that it's going to work. You look at the thumbnail drive, with its shimmering cat sticker sticking out of the old Solheim access port. You imagine the flow of data as the Katzenjammer seeks for an entry point into Karsten's system. You think of Juni, tucked away near the ship, watching you through the public networks. You think of Seraphim, deep in the engine room of the rig. Hurry the hell up, you think. Enough waiting. Then you hear it. Pulsating white noise, spluttering, then screaming out of Karsten's shop. The shutters scissor up and down, the lights pulse and the alarms gurgle into confusion. For a moment, you are stunned into stillness. People stop in the streets, then turn to look as the shutters motors burn out into a cascade of sparks and acrid smoke. Now or never. I think we're better at this, so I'm going to say approach carefully. Neutral outcome, cool. You skirt around people watching, using them as a perimeter. They are pointing and talking, some of them laughing, while others are look concerned. You confidently push past them and glide inside without looking back. You take a moment to gather yourself in the chaos of the shop. The wall-mounted screen screams white noise, and the flickering lights make it hard to concentrate, but you keep your focus. You scramble over to the feed lines in the window, grab the bundle with both arms. They wave wildly in your grasp as you wrench them away and kick off the counter, gliding back into the passage. Your arcing glide takes you into the crowd. You steer yourself through a gap in the gathering bodies and kick off hard towards the port. The feed lines wave wildly back, but you grip them hard to your chest and don't look back. Seraphim better be ready. Your arms ache from clutching the feed lines, but you don't loosen your grip until you see the entrance to the docking bridge. Sleeper! You almost ignore the call until you recognise the voice. Juni glides to meet you, her hand on your shoulder, guiding you towards the bridge. I'm with you now. She shoots a glance. What a show, huh? She laughs nervously. It's certainly loud. She smiles a little. Wish I could have seen the cat in action. You both glide down the docking bridge, Juni helping you with the trailing feed lines. From what you can tell, news of the chaos in the factory O has not reached the port yet. You feel a flush of excitement as you enter the ship's airlock. This is it, you did it! You try to keep focused, but the elation makes your hands tremble. You take a sharp turn in the central passage of your ship, make your way to the engine room, the feed lines now unwieldy in the cramped space. Seraphin is waiting for you, shaking his head. Looks like we're in business. He lets out a sigh. And onto the run from 2 different people now. He grabs the feed lines. I'll take it from here. He quickly begins the process of connecting the engines to the subsidiary fuel tank. You watch, catching your breath as he works. How about you make yourself useful rather than just making me nervous, Seraphin says without looking up from his work. Go close the airlock and disconnect the bridge. You and Juni glance at each other. Both of you? Now? Seraphin calls out. The 2 of you turn and make your way to the passage. Your nerves settling now. You arrive at the airlock, reach the control panel. Then you see him. Karsten coming up the docking bridge. Fast. I mean, we 50% positive, 50% neutral. Look at the big bloke. He's coming for us. Neutral? Your shaking hands input the closure sequence in time. The door hisses and slams shut in Karsten's face. He glares at you through the airlock window, but as he does, the docking bridge's shutters scissor closed, blocking him from view. You hear a clunk as the clamps disengage. You are free. Seraphin rushes past, gliding up the passageway from the engine room. Come on! Get yourself strapped in! You and Juni silently follow him, your head spinning, your thoughts racing. You slip into your seat as Seraphin punches in the departure sequence. The rig begins to pull away from Hexport, Seraphin's hands on the controls. You close your eyes and feel the force of the thrusters firing. And we are out of here! Achievmente, Hexport, export. Love it. That was quite the intense operation, wasn't it? I'm trying to keep it in smaller segments, this playthrough. So I think I'm going to finish there, and we're going to come back. We've just escaped Hexport. We're going to see what's going to happen next. It doesn't look like we're in a good spot straight away, but we have our fuel, we have our supplies. We've got Juni on the crew, which is awesome, and we managed an actual what's it called? I would say heist without it failing miserably, even though our last 2 missions that we did failed miserably. So I'm hoping we get another chance at some, I mean, this game is far from over. I'm hoping we get another chance at some missions and we actually can complete them. I'm getting the hang of how you do things and the stress mechanism and things. I'd like to give that another go because it's really annoying me that I failed both of them. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying. Let me know what you think of this game. It's so different. It's such a different vibe to like fast run and gun FPS or like a point and click adventure, any like an adventure game like Uncharted or something like, or Indiana Jones. Let me know what you think because it's a really different thing, but I'm enjoying it. It's got really rich story and an interesting gameplay mechanic. So yeah, thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you when I see you.